excitement builds to the big game. It's crunch time. You check your TV's working.
Tick.
The fridge is stacked with cold drinks.
Tick.
Plus the spare fridge in the shed.
Tick.
And you've got your footy snacks, right?
Me footy snacks? I forgot my footy snacks!
Relax. Go to your local Coles for crunchy corn from the Gourmet Nutco. Corn from the cob roasted to perfection and lightly salted with 3 different flavours. It's crunch time. Crunchy corn, the ultimate footy snack. Available at Coles.
Am I going to see you back at the Dingley?
Mate, absolutely. I've been pumped about this weekend for ages. Chris told me the reno...
Back in 30.
It's game on. You'll love it.
It's time to come back to the Dingley Hotel. New chef, new bistro, new vibe. The Dingley Hotel is doing great pub food, live music and shows, plus the sports bar is ready for a big footy season ahead.
Bring the whole family and come back to the Dingley.
The Dingley Hotel, 334 Boundary Road. Check out dingleyhotel.com.au.
Breakfast with Gary and Tim. Weekdays from 6 on SEN.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back.
Mike's up.
Montrose Recreation Reserve this afternoon. Premier Division football at its best. Scores are level at 5-7, 37 apiece. Montrose versus Noble Park. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast right across the globe today. EFL.org.au. The second half about to be underway. And here is the accurate one, Brad Henderson, to bring us all the action.
Thanks very much, BWS. Yeah, the second half, as you say, gets underway with absolutely nothing in it between these two sides. Scores level, but it was Montrose were the much better team in that second term, where they kicked 3 goals 5 to Noble Park's 1 goal 4 for the quarter.
They probably missed a couple of easy ones too.
Yeah, I think both sides missed a couple of opportunities that they would have expected to get, that's for sure, as Sketcher takes possession and he's put it straight out of bounds on the full. Jackson Sketcher, who was absolutely dominant in the first quarter, but certainly had his influence curtailed somewhat in that second term.
Yeah, I think it's because they worked so hard, Montrose, to transition from offence to defence. It was really impressive to watch.
Kick towards Tennant, one-on-one against Scott. Scott did the better there, judged it nicely, takes the mark, sends the kick forward. Plenty of players under the footy. This is Hewitt, who's done it well at both ends of the field this afternoon. Adam Hewitt finds Lanyon, and Tim Lanyon is a left footer, and he'll switch to that outer side of the ground. Mark really should have been held by Emberson, although he may have got the sun in his eyes on that occasion. Wilson dives after the footy, competes well there, James Wilson, and it will be a ball up.
I've liked that about him today. He hasn't had a lot of possessions, but he's always managed to bring the ball down to ground when he's been in the contest.
He's competed well. He hasn't he's had one of those nearly days where he's a few times he's just hasn't quite grabbed the mark, or he hasn't quite had enough time to do what he's wanted to do, but he certainly has competed well, and he is a talent. I think there's certainly got another level to go to. Boundary throw in, there's a lot of holding on then in that ruck contest, and the umpire felt that the throw in from the boundary umpire lacked a bit of depth. So take 2. Byers up against Gorley. They've had a good battle in the ruck this afternoon. Jones was strongly tackled then by Nathan Oakes, and he was going absolutely nowhere there, Tim Jones.
Interesting that Kyle Martin's gone 1 out full forward at the moment.
Dangerous matchup, that one. This is Marson over the footy. Oakes does well, paddles it out to Nelson. A high, very high kick, fisted away through the middle now. Montrose come. Great kick onto the lead of Davis.
Have a shot.
And Mitch Davis will go back, and I agree, absolutely should have a shot from here.
And again, that was that idea of separation. They've had great separation, I think, the Montrose forwards, where it's just not been the same with the Noble forwards at this stage.
Just the one behind this afternoon is all that Mitch Davis has yielded up forward. He's having a shot from a fair way out.
Nice.
Lovely kick off the boot. Gee, that made good impact. It made a lovely crisp sound as it left the boot. and never looked like missing. Davis gets his first, and that's the first goal of the second half.
Boundary.
Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to car sales, here's Hayden Tilbrook.
Fellas, you called it earlier. I reckon these boundaries, these 50-metre arcs must be short, because he's kicked that from the centre square, and that's cleared the cars.
Beautiful kick off the boot, that one. The crowd, the balcony, they sang that one home.
The air is thinner up here, isn't it? So I think the ball travels a little bit further.
I like the theories. The ball back in the middle now. Strong tackle there by Langdon. That was impressive. Montrose trying to work themselves out of a phone booth here. Agnostu brought to ground by Langdon. It won't be rewarded, but it was still strong. Umpire Tim Phillips comes in to ball this one up again.
Might explain why Montrose have a bit better cardio there too, Davo.
Yeah.
So Byers had the front spot there, but it looked like even Rickard got a knock from the back there. Here's Sketcher now for the Bulls. Just put it by Trafford. Strong tackle by Emberson and Gonski. So Ryan Emberson just forward of centre, grandstand side. Weighing up his options, a spearing pass up towards the half-forward line. He was looking for his teammate there in wide who had one bite. Went after it again. His world's longest fringe might have got in the way then. Sorry, Davo.
I thought he was aiming for, I think, Davis, but miskicked the ball.
So it'll be Noble Park from the stoppage. Clearing kick. There's not too many forward here for Noble Park. Kyle Martin has two to bleak. Here's Gardle. Had time on the right boot, just poked it further afield. His Tennant takes the mark. Disposal's pretty good from Montrose. There's no doubt about that. Hams this way, that way, goes out wide. Puts Jones under a fair old bit of pressure. And the resultant kick was pretty scrambly in the end. As Scott for Noble Park, they're linking up nicely. Here's Martin, two kicks from home. Spears it to the top of the goal square. That was sensational. Straight down the throat of Luke Nelson, who sat in position A. And he'll go back and he will put this one through. There's no doubt about that. It's from point blank range. 15 metres out directly in front.
And that's the difference when that was the hands that they had in the first quarter, that release handball each time. And that was a beautiful one to Sketcher, that was a great kick.
So Nelson comes in 20 metres out. He'll make no mistake on this one. Scores level once again. 6 minutes tick over on the Eastland scoreboard. 6-7-43 apiece in the third term on EFL Game Day. Premier Division at its best. Here's Barry Cotts with those other 20 games as you go local for your football around the grounds.
Yes, firstly to Premier and Doncaster and Vermont. Vermont 4-8-32 to Doncaster 3-4-22. In Division 1, it's Knox 7-8-50 to Mooroolbark 7-5-47. Lilydale, close game, 5-4-34 to Park Orchards 4-7-31. And and we're back to you, game.
Thanks, Baz, as Anagnostu gets it to Jordan Marson, close to the boundary line, and his kick stays in play for just long enough.
Players calling for deliberate.
Be a boundary throw in right in front of the Eastland scoreboard here at Montrose Reserve, which shows that scores are level again, 6 goals, 7 apiece. So it's been pretty tight all afternoon. Continues to be the case. 7 minutes into the third quarter. Gawley against Rendell. Again, quite a shallow throw.
Nice!
Rendell out of the ruck. He grabbed hold of it and threw it on the boot and made absolutely no mistake to give Noble Park a 6-point lead.
Well, that's his first game, Rendell. He's the son of Matt Rendell. So he's got the pedigree there, and that was a great bit of play there. And I do like the move of Martin to full forward because it really opens up their forward line and puts a bit of pressure on that defensive unit of Montrose.
The leading contender for the Tobin Brothers goal of the day, Rendell. Fantastic stuff there, a $50 Coles Myer voucher potentially coming his way. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Backwards to go forwards here this time. Glenn for Noble Park, I should say. Ganem takes it across that half back line. Underneath the hills, he'll go for the switch back. Lual takes it deep in defence. They've still got the spare player, so if they can work it across, they'll be in good stead. Here's Hillard. Takes the mark. They're going to switch it back again, so it goes towards Ganem. Been good, Ganem. Short passes on. So, to her. We'll get it right eventually. Short passes on, chopped off there by Jones, who wastes no time. It looked like he was going to wind around and have a ping there. It was a grubber of a kick. It was picked up there by Gannon, got the handball away to G. G up towards the wing position, beautifully trapped that there by Collis, goes after it again under a fair bit of pressure, just gets boot to ball. That worked out well for Marson of the Anthony variety this time, and trickled through his head. Over the top it goes. They're going to link up in handballs. Byers got it on, then got a nice little handy knock on as well. Handball out towards the Marson direction.
Great tackle.
This time of Jordan variety, brought to ground unrewarded. Very stiff there, Adam Hewitt, very strong in that instant. And we'll have a ball up or about 60 metres out from the Noble Park goal line. They lead by 6 points.
So we've got someone down behind play there, just the edge of the centre square from Noble Park. Is that Cusack?
Looks like it might be Liam Scott, in fact, as well. Winded or knackered, one of the two, as it comes out. As it's Birchall on the right boot, squeezed to kick out wide, trickles over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Oh, he's given it.
Deliberate.
Yeah.
Bully dooly.
That was a little harsh, but
you win some, you lose some.
Without a doubt.
Do indeed, as Tua launches it forward. Massive pack of players camped under it, although Ben Marston just floated in from the side and almost took the mark. Couldn't quite drag it down. Let's cross down to the boundary.
Yeah, it was Liam Scott who was just down on the ground there for Noble Park. He's with the trainer at the moment, but he's staying out on the ground. It looks like he might have copped one to the rib, so maybe just a bit of winding.
Now, hopefully he's recovering from that. As you say, 6 points the margin. Play goes on. It's in the forward pocket here for Noble Park.
I would have given Marson then about an 8.8 for the dive. It's pretty impressive.
2.5 degree of difficulty.
So free kick will go here to Montrose. Might have been for kicking in danger, I think, as Jones got that one. This is a better kick from Tim Jones. Finds McMillan. And Sean McMillan athletically diving then to just make sure of the mark. Neat kick up to the wing. Lanyon did well. Was he held on to? The umpire said no.
Great tackle.
Strong tackle by Byers. And what's the umpire? He's blowing the whistle here, and he's going to ball it up pretty quick on the whistle that time. Byers leaps high over Gawley. Jones shot it out to Hewitt. Hewitt's little kick. Anagnostu. And his handball was far too hot that time for Sketcher.
That's been the story really of the day, hasn't it, for Noble? Their hands have been there, they just haven't been able to get them right on target each time.
Well, it's Montrose's turn to get the goal here. Square the ledger once again as it comes out. Nicely trapped that time by Tennant. Got the handball away to Bastanak in the middle of the ground. It's sloppy. White was there, got brought to ground. It might be advantage paid here. Mars's going to go after it. This time of the Jordan variety up towards the forward 50 inside, and a good kick. And Kyle Martin, he was down on hands and knees. It must have been touched off the boot. He got it away to Nelson on the right boot. A skew F kick. And it's been chopped off, and they're quick to trot here. Tim Jones takes the mark on the right boot for Montrose, drives it up towards the wing position, out in front, and good juke. So it was a very strong mark that time by Liam Scott, who wastes no time, and it's a beautifully weighted kick that time. He was looking for Benny Marston, who couldn't quite take it. That was the throw. Umpire call play on. Charging his way through there was Cusack, brought to ground by Tim Phillips. Just gives himself a hug.
Well, I think Montrose were a bit stiff there. There was two free kicks they should have been paid.
And right in front of the brethren as well, including the Montrose box. The very game, wind them up. As it comes out towards the Nelson direction, he threw it away. Umpire said it was okay. No prior opportunity. Diving on it there was Tennant. We're going to have a ball up. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. EFL.org.au right around the globe this afternoon, getting text messages through from people in Hong Kong and, in course, Shepparton. Artie Hall listening from Inspiration Street. Umpire throws it up. We won't call that a falcon. I don't know what happens when you kick it straight into someone in the back. A little throwaway that time by Benny Marston. Kick forward now for Noble Park in towards the right forward pocket. Martin, it was a good one-on-one contest Davis there. Cusack, little handball over the top. Almost could have been pink for holding the ball. Umpire said it was okay. McMillan did well. Owned the situation. Dumped the ball. The push in the back. And eventually Davis will be given the free kick. And the faithful, the brethren, they get the Bronx cheers to the umpire. Now on the right boot. Thumping kick up towards the half-forward line. Noble Park had the numbers at the fall of the ball. It was taken that time. McDonald threw it away essentially that time. And now in the arms there of Lanyon. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. 2-on-1 situation. Great mark there by Geordie Marson, who has covered a fair old bit of ground. You see him forward wing and now back. Short passes on. The mark's been taken by Tommy Glenn.
He's been good. Jordan Marson, as you say, gets it to Glenn, and then it's back in the hands of Marson.
It's a real arm wrestle, isn't it? It's a very good game of football at this moment, and hard to pick what's going to happen.
It is. It's certainly engaging the crowd. You can hear the noise in the effects microphone at the moment. Close to the boundary this time. Ganem was strongly tackled then by Rickard, had it for a long time, and the umpire then just gave the
tackling from Montrose in the last 5 minutes has been spectacular. Constant pressure, particularly that back six, as they've been playing so well in that first and second quarter.
Yeah, the intensity's definitely gone up a notch. It's a pretty frenzied sort of game of footy just at the moment.
Just cross quickly to Barry Cotts in the score centre.
Yes, and in Division 1, it's Doncaster East and Croydon. Doncaster East 14-9-93 to Croydon 2-5-17.
Thanks, Baz. Boundary throw in. And McDonald it was, taking the ball over the boundary line. And another throw in. So a 6-point lead to Noble Park. 7-7. Montrose a 6-7. Just ticked over the 15-minute mark in this third quarter. A lot of players around the footy. It's close to the line again. This is McDonald. Does he keep it in? And the boundary umpire said no, he was just over the line. So another boundary throw in.
It's 1-1 all over the ground at the moment.
Quick kick for Noble Park up towards half forward. It's Cusack there, taking the ball to the boundary line and over. Let's go to Barry Cotts once again with some more scores.
Yes, in Division 2, it's Heathmont 6-13-39 to Mulgrave 1-5-11, and Templestowe 12-5-77, well ahead of Scoresby 6-5-41.
Yeah, well ahead, as you say there. 6-goal margin in that one at the moment. Strong tackle there by Jones. Tim Jones has had a pretty good third quarter. He's certainly getting involved a lot for Montrose. Umpire tosses it up once more. Doesn't go too far. Jones got it to Wilson. Langdon puts his body over the footy. White is there diving on the ball. And it will be another ball up right on the true centre wing position of the Montrose reserve. 6-point lead to the Bulls.
Half-time score between Doncaster and Vermont. It is Doncaster 24 trailing Vermont 47. A 55-minute second quarter. Robbie Ross has gone down. We'll keep you up to date with the details of that injury. Ambulance involved as the ball goes forward for Montrose. Gawley in the front spot. The big man takes a very good mark, and he'll go back and have a ping from point blank range. In fact, it's not him. It is the big man, James Wilson.
We were talking about him before, weren't we? About the fact that he's played a nearly game. Well, he's come out with a big mark now and needs to finish it off with a goal and bring it back to level pegging again.
That's what he's capable of. He's got that bit of X factor up forward.
So he comes in now. And he might have squeezed it in. No. From here, it looked like it was through, but it wasn't. One behind. So 5 points is the margin. 44 Montrose plays 49 Noble Park. 18 minutes tick over on the Eastland scoreboard. Let's go around the grounds on the score centre with Barry Cotts.
Division 4, Fair Park and Sylvan. It's Fair Park 6-6-42 to Sylvan 5-8-38. And Surrey Park 8-11-59, well ahead of Hillside 2-2-14.
Sketcher had a bounce out of the square. You don't see that too often. Probably a wasted metre or two, to be perfectly honest, and thumped the ball up towards the wing position. We've got a boundary throw-in at the moment Rendell had the front spot, double-fisted down, had no one really there, but G was able to trap it eventually. He was wrapped up and will have a ball up. Right at the foot of the Dandenongs out here. It doesn't get much better than this in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne as Bastanak tries to run away, breaks the tackle, got the handball away. That was good. Inside forward 50, the D's go again. Luau got the timely fist on it over the boundary line. It goes for a boundary throw in 25, 30 metres out from the Montrose goal line. They are trailing by 5 points.
Tackles this quarter, 15-10 in favour of Montrose.
5 points the lead to Noble Park. Rendell won the tap down. Quick kick was pretty fortuitous. It landed in the arms of Luke Nelson. Nelson plays on quickly, just arched the back and got around the tackler, but then got it to Byers. Byers wants to play on. Sweeped out the handball to Cusack. Back to Nelson. Nelson's run a long way here. And by the time he kicked the ball, he was pretty tired, but I think also under a lot of pressure. And as a result, he's only able to just sneak it through for a minor score.
Boundary.
It's crossed down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons, thanks to car sales.
Yeah, interesting decision there by Kieran Byers. We know he has the distance because he did it in the second quarter, so I don't know why he decided to take that step and play on.
So the ball right in front of the broadcast position here, working themselves forward. Hewitt took it, got boot to ball. Up and under kick. It was a tricky one to trap there. Lyle tried to keep the ball alive. That's out of bounds. Has to be. Tried to pull himself a mischief there on the boundary umpire, but right in front of the Noble Park bench. We'll have a boundary throw in. Big knock over the back that time there by Gawley. They look to have the numbers here, the D's. Quick kick goes inside forward 50 or thereabouts at the fall of the ball. Noble Park, who can trap this one? Agnostou brought to ground. That was a great tackle that time. Umpire Tim Phillips comes in and will restart this one. EFL.org.au right around the globe this afternoon. A great game in Premier Division today. We've chosen a cracker. Our strike rate remains true. There's a little handball out there by Marson. Little kick off the ground up towards the half-forward line. Trapped nicely there by Hewitt. He did well. Thumped it on his boot. Kicked it up towards the half-forward line. Luau gave a little bit of a shove, but the umpire said it was okay. Paying it to his advantage, Marola did well. Kick goes out wide.
Oh,
and that was a little bit crude there. That mark was taken there by McDonald, and then he gave a little bit of elbow for trouble. His kick was shocking, though. Stockton, and then the smother was done on him by Nelson. He's had some sort of a third quarter, has Nelson. He's Barry Cotts around the grounds on the score centre.
Division 4, Coldstream, 24-9, 153 to Nunawading, 139.
Holy dooly. So Nunawading after their game-breaking victory last week. It's not a great result coming through from that game.
They did celebrate rather hard.
They probably finished Thursday night.
Yeah, they only left the pub there Friday morning, I was going to say.
Deservedly so. Coldstream answering the challenge. Good stuff. I think we'll have to chat with Chad Rogers tomorrow morning on how their pre-season's gone as the quick kick out of the stoppage goes out towards the wing position, and we will, the umpire called play on. That's okay. He's Gardel. His handball was chopped off. There's a lot of players around this football. You feel like a stoppage is only imminent now. Gawley trying to release the ball, gets it out wide. That's okay. He's Lanyon on the left boot, had a good amount of curl on it, and a good mark, and almost taken there by Easto. Has some support at the fall of the ball. The quick kick around the body goes wayward and through for one behind. Eastland scoreboard, 22 and a half minutes tick over. It's a 5-point ball game out here. Noble Park lead 50-45. Barry Cotts, some more scores.
Yeah, Division 3, Glen Waverley Hawks and Waverley Blues. Very close game indeed. Glen Waverley Hawks 5-7-37. Waverley Blues 5-3-33.
So Sketcher to bring the ball back in. And gee, it's tight, this game. Still just 5 points the margin. And goals are really hard to come by. In this quarter, Noble Park have kicked 2. Montrose just the 1. As the long kick straight down the middle was the way to go. Byers was the target, the big ruckman. Players dive in over the footy. Working hard then was Birchall and also Hillard. That's Brenton Hillard for Noble Park. There is one on each side actually today. Ryan Hillard for Montrose. So the umpire tosses it up. Byers palmed it down straight into the hands of Jones. He was strongly tackled then by Brenton Hillard. And it'll be another ball up. So 5 points the margin. 23.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Tim Jones there looking like he wouldn't have minded a bit more of a break at the stoppage then. Looking a little worse for wear. Now he applies a tackle on Anagnostu.
Update from Shram's reserve, Doncaster versus Vermont. We did mention Robbie Ross, the Vermont champ, had gone down. We have heard that it is a punctured lung, and he has been taken to hospital, so not a ruptured spleen. Not as bad as what other people might have thought. So all our best intentions from everyone across the Eastern Football League are with Robbie Ross at the moment.
Thumping kick by Scott to full forward. No mark taken. Handball was shot out then to Birchall. Birchall gets the clearing hand pass away. What does the umpire say? He says he'll throw it in.
This has been a really tough in and under hard quarter, this one. There's been very few clean passages of play through the entire quarter. Really a lot of contested ball here.
It's a real sort of dogfight at the moment. Nothing's easy for either side, that is for sure. Strong tackle there by G on his opposite number, Tennant.
Montrose have peppered in the last 5 minutes. They'd be spewing if Noble Park could get one through here.
It's often the way it goes, though, isn't it? It's amazing how often that's the way that it happens. Nelson's kick, marked there by Cusack. Wanted to play on.
That's holding the ball, isn't it?
Decision.
He dropped it.
And he
he's saying he was held.
Yeah, well, he's completely mucked it up then.
Yeah.
Great work, great use of the body by Cusack, and then, as you say, he's just throwing the ball virtually.
He's actually paid holding the man in the one-on-one contest. And looking at the replay, I'm not convinced of that at all. Kick goes in towards the middle of the ground. Here's Birchall, couldn't quite take the mark. They looked like they could have been off there, the D's, but now it's a chance for the Bulls. Kick goes forward, top of the goal square. Let's take two on this situation. Ball hits the deck. Here's Nelson, wraps himself around, got the handball away, charging way through there was Scott. He did really well there, Scott. Got the handball away. The kick goes goalward. They might have snagged this one. Will Collins, you little beauty. Goal on the board to the Noble Park Football Club, stretching their lead out to 11 points. 56 plays 45 on the Eastland scoreboard.
Boundary.
They wanted a high-risk, high-reward situation, Montrose. They tried to clear the ball out through the middle, got turned over in the corridor, brought back into the area, and look, and that was a nice snap goal, and we just talked about it. What would happen if they get that last goal and they've got it and got a little bit of a break going into the quarter?
Could this be the swing of the pendulum the other way for the rest of the game?
Gotta love a pendulum swing as we go down boundary side to Hayden Tilbrook, thanks to car sales.
Fellas, we saw Joel Cusack take that really strong mark in the goal square, and he made a mess of it in the end. But then he had a second effort there that led to that goal presenting, and as I speak, he's just taken a strong mark. It does look like they're using him closer to goal now, as Tim said at halftime. They should do, and it's looking like it's paying off.
Yeah, speak of the devil, it took an excellent mark then and drives Noble Park forward once more. Handball comes away to Gawley, under pressure. Gawley's handball conceded some ground. This is Tennant, well tackled over the boundary line. And you can see there's a real appetite for the contest now that Noble Park have. They've stretched their lead to 13 points, and you just feel like they've got sort of that smell of blood a little bit at the moment.
Luke Nelson's work then was absolutely
He's
sensational.
been great.
Absolutely sensational.
Strong tackle there by Cusack, who's been heavily involved.
Trojan workman-like, even, Davo.
Certainly was. I'll have to think about that.
Barry Cott's around the grounds on the score centre.
Premier Division, Norwood and North Ringwood. Norwood 7,850, North Ringwood 4,226. And Doncaster and Vermont to confirm that halftime score. Vermont
Great
7,
mark.
6,1147, Doncaster 3,624.
Brendan Gardle takes a good strong mark on the last line of defence, but as he does so, the siren has sounded, and Gardle's in a lot of pain there in the goal square. He's doubled over in pain for a moment. Not sure what that's in relation to, but in any case, he's got a few minutes to have a well-earned breather because it is three-quarter time here at Montrose Reserve.